Information is easier to translate when we know what we're looking at. But without at least some prior context, information can be confusing. Don't turn the page yet, but to illustrate this point, we'll play a quick game. In a moment, you'll be looking at several groups of information, and each group is made up of 3 words or phrases. Your job as a table is to determine what those 3 things have in common. But here's the catch. Each group really has 2 things in common. One might be pretty obvious to some of you, but there's a secondary aspect, a narrower, harder to find aspect, they all have in common as well. Here's an example. Let's say you had these 3 things listed: Milky Way, Skittles, and Twix. After taking a quick glance, you notice that those are all types of candy. And that would be correct. You'd write candy in the blank labeled primary. But also, and not as obvious, is that they are all made by the Mars Company. So to get additional credit on this one, you would have written made by Mars or something similar in the secondary blank. That's how the game works. You'll have 3 minutes to work on this, and there are 6 groups of information. If you get the primary thing that a group has in common, you'll get a point. If you can come up with a secondary or more narrow thing the 3 things have in common, then you'll get another point. We'll go over the correct answers at the end, and it goes without saying that you can't seek help from the internet or anything else. Take a second to decide who will write down your team's answers. Okay, turn the page and begin. One minute remaining. 1 minute. Okay, time's up. Let's go over the answers. For number 1, these are all real names of superheroes. So if you wrote superheroes, you get a point. And in addition, all 3 of these superheroes are from the Avengers. So you get another point if you said that. Or if you said Marvel Comics, that's fine too. For the next one, the primary thing for these, as you probably got, is they are all state capitals. Secondarily, they are all capitals of states that start with the letter C. Number 3, to get your first point, you would write that these are all quotes from US presidents. But in addition to that, and for another point, you would have written that these presidents were in office in the 1900s. But also, you could have written that these 3 presidents all served in the military. For number 4, the primary thing is that these were all professional athletes. The other thing they have in common is they are all in the Hall of Fame associated with their sport. But you could have also scored a point by knowing that they all wore the number 7. For the 5th one, these are all quotes from movies. But in addition to that, these are movie quotes from films that won Academy Award for Best Picture of the Year. And last but not least, these are song lyrics. And for the secondary blank, if you put songs from the 1980s, sorry, you were close, but only 2 were from the 80s. These are all songs written by Prince. That's all of them. How many points did you get?